a problem and getting it right. That's a shame. That's really a shame. That's just too cold. That's too cold. Spiritually. Why? From all I said, look what he said. Verse 6, and he have given men skill, that he might be honored in his marvelous works. With such does he heal men, and taketh away their pains. It says, of such does the apothecary make a confection, like a chemist, physician or chemist, mixing these things together. And of his works there is no end. And from him is peace over all the earth, because you heal. My son, in thy sickness, be not negligent, but pray unto the Most High. Pray to the Most High, as we said, have faith in the Most High. You pray to the Most High, you have faith in the Most High, and he will make thee whole. He's going to make you whole. Praying to the Most High and believing what it is you pray for. Therefore, you believe what you pray for. Therefore, you're going to say what you believe out of your mouth. It got to come out of your mouth. You got to say it. He ain't say think it. He said say it. And don't give a dang what how nobody feel. You know what you feel. And you know you're doing what's right. Simple as that. My son, verse 9 again, in thy sickness, be not negligent, but pray unto the Most High, and he will make thee whole. Who heal? The Most High heal. Leave off from sin. In order thy hands are right. Gotta stop sinning. That's breaking the Most High's law. Sin is the transgression of the Most High's laws. Leave off from sin. And order thy hands of right, and cleanse thy heart. Cleanse your mind from all wickedness. This is how you be healed. You got to leave off from sin. So, I got to do this. Some things you think about doing is sin. Say, leave off from sin. You watching sin. If you looking at sin a lot, what you think you're going to end up doing? What you think going to the books on your behalf? Somebody leave off from sin. Don't watch all these sinful things. And order thy hands aright. You know, order your mind and your hands to do what's right. A lot of times our hands are doing things that are not right. Like even on the, we got tablets, we got the computer, we tapping in things, we doing things. So a lot of us doing things that's not right. Why he's saying, order thy mind right, to leave off from sin, and order thy hands aright, and cleanse thy heart, cleanse your mind from all wickedness. See, it's very important. It says, verse 12 says, then give place to the physician, for the Most High have created him. Let him not go let him not go from thee, for thou hast need of him, if you have need of him. That's why when you in their hand, you got to make sure that you praying to the Most High, having faith in the Most High, because Most High the one that healed. Like my doctor had the nerve to tell me he done kept me alive all this time. Oh boy, you know I went off on that one. I said, no, you haven't. The Most High, power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, is why I'm alive. He ain't want to speak to me no more. Like I care. For real, for real. It's the Most High, y'all. My faith in the Most High. Can't nobody take that away from me. Unless they just slip me if you ever see that, they just slip me in a Mickey somewhere. And I watch out for that too. Watch what you drink, watch what you eat. But other than that, all praise to the Most High, forever and ever and ever. It says, then give place to the physician, for the Most High have created him. Let him not go from thee, for thou hast need of him. And the only reason why that was because I was just oldest patient that he had. He never had a patient that was with him as long as I was. But he ain't the one that kept me a while, kept me alive. There's a time when in their hands there was good success. Hear that? There's a time that in their hands there was good success. There's good success. For they shall also pray unto the Most High, a righteous physician. They gonna pray unto the Most High that he would prosper that which they give for ease and remedy to prolong life. But it says, he that sinneth before his maker, let him fall into the hand of the physician. Whew. That's not a good thing. That's why you got to look at, like I said, who the Most High loveth, he chastens, and who he corrects and who he deal with that's doing evil, he chastens too. They get dealt with too. So we're going to be dealt with one way or the other. It don't matter. I mean, that's how he operates. Understand, overstand this. We just got to be, ready and dealing how we have to deal to be able to receive what it is that he's given us. That's why you got to have faith in the Most High. Go to 2 Chronicles, the 16th chapter. 2 Chronicles, the 16th chapter. Let's look at examples of what he just said, because it's very important that we see this. Because like I say, there's everything is a balance. 2 Chronicles 16 and let's look at start at verse 9. 2 Chronicles 16 and 9. It says, for the eyes of the Most High run to and fro throughout the whole earth. So the eyes of the Most High the eyes of the Most High are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men, even the secret things. So for the eyes of the Most High run to and fro throughout the whole earth to show himself strong in the behalf of them whose heart or mind is perfect toward him. You see? That's what I keep saying. It's about praising the Most High. Herein thou hast done foolishly. He telling this man that he's done foolishly. Asa, you've done foolishly. Therefore, from henceforth thou shalt have wars. So you've done foolishly, from henceforth you're going to have wars. Then Asa was wroth with the seer. A seer was what they called a prophet before they called him prophets, they called him seer. And put him in the prison house. Put him in prison for telling him this. Thus say the Most High. Like a lot of people get angry whenever you tell them about what's right. Well, he was in a rage with him because of this thing, from what he told him. You're going to have wars. And Asa oppressed some of the people the same time. He oppressed some of the people at the same time. And behold, the acts of Asa, first and last, lo, they are written in the book of the kings of Judah and Israel. And Asa in the 39th year of his reign was diseased in his feet. He was diseased in his feet until his disease was exceeding great, probably like gangrene in his feet. Yet in his disease he sought not to the Most High. Listen just closely. Yet in his disease he sought not to the Most High, but to the physicians. Y'all hear this? From all that we went over so far, in the spirit, like I said, I don't have anything lined up. I just ask the Most High to lead me in the spirit. Lead us in the spirit for edification. Now his feet pretty much was disease, which I think is gangrene. Disease in his feet until his disease was exceeding great, right? A lot of times, people have something wrong with their feet, they cut off their foot You see, could be bad case of diabetes. Sometimes they go all up the leg, got cut all the way past the knee to the thigh. Until his disease was exceeding great. But what did he do? Yet in his disease he sought not to the Most High. You see how in error he was? From what all we went over so far? But he sought not to the Most High, but to the physicians. You see that? What am I trying to say? Have faith in the Most High. But he had faith in his physicians. What happened? And Asa slept with his fathers and died in the 41st year of his reign. 2 years later. Having faith in these physicians. And not faith in the Most High. That's very, very important, y'all. You got to see this. Jeremiah 17:5. Understand, overstand this. Jeremiah 17:5. He trusted in the physician, right? Jeremiah 17:5. Thus said the Most High, cursed be the man that trusteth in man. You see? And maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart or mind departed from the Most High. You see? You can't trust in man. First thing Mashiach Shai told us, have faith in the Most High. We went through the Spirit. The Most High brought us to having faith in him. No matter, he had to say the physician have his own purpose, but first and foremost, the Most High is the one that wound. The Most High is the one that healed. He never said no physician healed. It's like my doctor gonna try to say he ain't did nothing. It's the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Only. The only power. He just told us. He killed, he make alive, he wounded, he healed. He's the one that's healing. But see, Asa did what? He trusted in the physicians. He ain't praying and have faith in the Most High. But he trusted in man. That's why I say, Jeremiah 17:5, thus say the Most High, cursed be the man that trusteth in man. And maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart or mind departed from the Most High. See, that's what happened. His mind departed from the Most High, so we're going to trust in man. You can't trust in no man. Care what they say. Question them. It's your life. Drain their brain. Don't just let nobody just do whatever they're going to do to you. But when you pray to the Most High, you have others praying to the Most High, you got power. You got power. Regardless of whatever's they think gonna happen, it ain't gonna happen. Because you got that power with the Most High. That spiritual power with the Most High. You believe it? He said have faith in him. So whatever you say, you're gonna have it. When you pray, you say it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Nobody wishing no hardship on themselves. No, you looking for that power of the Most High, that spiritual power from the Most High that you have. As long as you don't allow yourself to be fall into this. Thus say the Most High, cursed be the man that trusted in man. And maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departed from the Most High. When you start trusting the man, your mind gonna depart from the Most High. And your mind gonna be upon this man. Thinking the man gonna do something. When it's the Most High, make sure you let that be known. Go to Matthew, the book of Matthew, the 9th chapter. Let's look at verse 10. Matthew 9 and 10. It said, and it came to pass, as Mashiach Shai sat at meat in the house, behold, many publicans and sinners came and sat down with him and his disciples. So this ain't no righteous men. Publicans and sinners came and sat down with him and his disciples. And when the Pharisees saw it, these holy rollers, thinking they all that, during the time when Mashiach walked the earth, when the Pharisees saw it, they said unto his disciples, why eateth your master with publicans and sinners? Like putting them down like they're nobody. They're less than them. They high-minded, thinking they all that. You see, they high-minded, thinking they better than publican sinners. You know, but they talked about a Mashiach Yahushua. Look, Matthew 11 and 19. You see, we're sitting down with publicans and sinners, right? With his disciples, right? Matthew 11, 19. They said, the Son of Man came eating and drinking, and they say, behold, a man gluttonous, man like to eat a lot, and a wine bibber, drank wine. The first miracle he done was what? Turn water into wine. If it's a sin, why would he do something that's a sin when he didn't sin? Listen, a friend of publicans and sinners, but wisdom is justified of her children. You see? So going back here to Matthew 9 and 10 again. And it came to pass, as Mashiach sat at meat in the house, behold, many publicans and sinners came and sat down with him and his disciples. Right? And when the Pharisees saw it, they said unto his disciples, why eateth your master with publicans and sinners? See? What are they doing? They're exalting themselves like they better than them. Like they all that. Publicans like tax collectors for the Romans, right? Verse 12. But when Mashiach heard that, he said unto them, they that be whole need not a physician. They that's whole don't need a physician, but they that are sick, you see. They that are whole, nothing's wrong with you. You don't need a physician. You're all right. But go ye and learn what that meaneth. He said, go and learn what that means. I will have mercy, which is not getting something you do deserve to get, and not sacrifice. For I am not come to call the righteous, but sinners to repentance. You hear that? He say, I will have mercy and not sacrifice. For I am not come to call the righteous, but sinners to repentance. So what's the point of him coming and just dealing with all righteous? And that's what a lot of problem that I see could be happening with a lot of Israelites that are dealing with just with those that are learning the laws of the Most High, commandments of the Most High, and having faith in the Most High. And it's just your little congregation. And you can't deal with anybody outside. So what about the ones that don't know? That's out there, like Paul was rolling, gravitating back into the sheepfold. Those that don't know. They're important too. But some of you put down those that don't know. You send up curses on those that haven't had a chance to come in yet. The Most High do the calling. You don't do no calling. Y'all talking about that's my sheep. The Most High called them in. And the Mashiach, he allowed him to do the choosing. You ain't called nobody in. You just a messenger. That's all we are, messengers. Get that in your mind. That's highly exalting yourself above the Most High. When you say, I'm the one that called. He the one that calls and allows Mashiach to do the choosing. If not, prove me wrong. That's real. And I humbly come to you for you to change. Because what he's saying, He say, for I am come to call, I say, I am not come to call the righteous. Once everybody in there, they learning what's right, and you rolling in righteousness, he ain't calling you. But who? But sinners to repentance. It didn't say he was associated, he said he was friends of publicans and sinners. You can't be putting everybody down, cursing everybody to hell, because you done learn a few precepts. What's wrong with y'all? Better humble yourself before the Most High. Most High said, all I know is I read, and you know it by heart. Romans 9:13, as it is written, Jacob have I loved. So what if that one of his little ones that you done cursed before they got an opportunity to come in? You remember the ones coming in the last hour, going to receive just as much benefit as those of us who have been working all these years. You ready for that? You going to accept that? You better be ready. We rehearsing. They with the same reward, or maybe a better reward than us. First shall be last, last shall be first. How about that one? Ready for that? You're going to have to be ready, because you ain't got no other choice but to be ready. Because it's written. How it's going to be. Mark the 5th chapter. This is all a process. And I see spiritually, as the process, comes along, we got to be, because the Most High looking at everything. He watching everything. Look at Mark the 5th chapter. Start at verse 21. Mark 5:21. It said, and when Amashashai was passed over again by ship unto the other side, much people gathered unto him, and he was nigh unto the sea. So many people came unto him, he was near unto the sea. And behold, there cometh one of the rulers of the synagogue, Jairus by name, and when he saw him, he fell at his feet to worship him. When he saw him, he fell at his feet and besought him greatly, saying, my little daughter, his little girl, lieth at the point of death. I pray thee, come and lay thy hands on her, that she may be healed, and she shall live. He said, come and lay your hands on my little girl, my daughter, who's at the point of dying. He said, and she gonna be healed. That's faith, y'all. You read about faith here. He said, lay your hands on her and she shall be healed. And she shall live. And the Mashashai went with him. And much people followed him and enthralled him. They was all around him. And a certain woman, which had an issue of blood 12 years, as they all around him. They close all to him as they going to heal his daughter. And this woman, a certain woman, which had an issue of blood 12 years, and has suffered many things of many physicians trying to heal her of bleeding 12 whole years. Many physicians trying this and trying that. And has spent all that she had, all her money spent on these physicians, trying to heal her from this blood issue for 12 years. For 12 years, y'all. It was nothing better, but rather grew worse. Nothing became better, but it grew worse. When she had heard of a Mashiach Yahushua, came in the press behind, all the people slogging him, they all around him. She working her way into the crowd to get behind him. She came in the press behind and touched his garment. Touched his garment. For she said, it ain't what she thought. She said this. Whatever you say you're going to have, right? For she said, if I may touch but his clothes, I shall be whole. See that? Read it again. When she had heard of a Mashiach Yahushua, came in the press, all the people gathered around him. She worked her way amongst the crowd. When she had heard of Mashiach Yahushua, came in the press behind him. Mind you, she working her way through the crowd behind him and touched his garment. For she said, if I may touch but his clothes, I may be whole. Right? She said it. Remember? Don't forget what we said. And what was said. Well, I gave it to you. Matthew 11:22. The Master answered, he said unto them, have faith in the Most High. But verily I say to you, he's talking to us, telling us, what works, that whosoever shall say, not think, but say unto this mountain, this problem, be thou removed. Get away from me. And be thou cast into the sea, and shall not doubt. You think that woman had doubt? Did it sound like she had doubt? I don't think so. And shall not doubt in his heart, in your mind, but shall believe. That's your faith in the Most High. Believe that those things which he says, you got to understand. That's why I tell people to underline, have faith in the Most High, in verse 22. But verily I say, he's speaking unto you, that whosoever shall say, not think, but shall say, got to come out of those words got to come out of your mouth, shall say unto this mountain, be thou removed, and be thou cast into the sea, and shall not doubt, underline not doubt, in his heart, which is in your mind, the way you think, and shall not doubt in his heart, but shall believe, underline shall believe, that's your faith in the Most High, that those things which he saith, underline he saith, send it over again. You got to say it. But shall believe, have faith in the Most High, that those things which he said, what you say, shall come to pass, he shall have whatsoever he said. Shall have, underline that, he said. See? You're going to have whatever you say. So, therefore I say unto you, what things soever you desire, when you pray, believe that you receive them, and ye shall have them. You got to say it. That's why what that woman said, that had that blood issue for 12 whole years. Mark 5:27. And dealing with the doctors, it got worse and worse and worse. They couldn't do nothing for her. Verse 27, but when she had heard of a Mashiach Yahushua, came in the press behind and touched his garment. For she said, you got to hear this. She said, if I may touch but his clothes, I shall be whole. And straightway the fountain of her blood was dried up, and she felt in her body that she was healed of that plague. You see that? That's why I tell y'all this plague that's on the earth now. It's a plague that people are going through, that the Most High brought upon this earth. And the Mashiach immediately knowing in himself that virtue had gone out of him, turned him about in the press, excuse me, of the people, and said, who touches my clothes? He felt somebody touched his clothes. She touched the hem of his garment, the fringes. And the disciples said unto him, thou seest the multitude, you see all these people around you, man, thronging thee, and says, thou who touches me? You see all these people that's gathered around you? He said, who touched you? And he looked around about to see her that had done this thing. He looked around and seen her that had touched him. But the woman, fearing and trembling, knowing what was done in her, she fearing and trembling. 12 years, all of a sudden now she healed. So she was scared. Knowing what was done in her, came and fell down before him and told him all the truth. And he said unto her, listen to this closely, daughter, thy faith, hear this? Thy faith has made thee whole. Hear that? You're believing the Most High. And you saying it. Proving your faith. Daughter, thy faith has made thee whole. Go in peace and be whole from thy plague. See? While he yet spake to this woman that had this infirmity for 12 years, bleeding for 12 years, y'all. And it got worse and worse, he's saying. While he yet spake, there came from the ruler of the synagogue's house certain, which said, thy daughter is dead. Why troublest thou the master any further? Say, why you troubling him any further? As soon as the master heard the word that was spoken, he said unto the ruler of the synagogue, be not afraid, only believe. He said, be not afraid, only have faith in the Most High. Not in him, but in the Most High. What did he say? Did he say have faith in him? No, he said have faith in the Most High. Period. He said only believe, only have faith in the Most High. And he suffered no man to follow him, save Peter and James and John, the brother of James. And he cometh to the house of the ruler of the synagogue and seeth the turmoil, just people going off, uproar. And them that wept and wailed greatly, they crying greatly. And when he was come up, excuse me, in, he said unto them, why make ye this ado and weep? The damsel is not dead, but sleepeth. So she's not dead, but sleepeth. And they laugh him to scorn. But look, check out our people. Verse 38. And he cometh to the house of the ruler of the synagogue. He's coming. Because remember, he wanted him to come and heal his daughter. But the woman, with the issue of 12 years, he had to deal with that. Because he felt virtue come out of him. And he talked to her. And while he was doing, she was doing what she was doing, you know, touching his garment, and he talking to her. There came one and told the ruler of the synagogue that his daughter had died. Now look at verse 38. I just want to show you something about us. And he cometh into the house of the ruler of the synagogue, whose daughter, you know, was about to die. And seeth the turmoil, all his uproar, and them that wept and wailed greatly. They crying greatly. But what happened? They wept and wailing greatly. You know, we get all hysterical and all that. And when he was come in, he said unto them, why make ye this ado and weep? The damsel was not dead, but sleeping. Now they know in their mind, they crying and wailing greatly because in their mind she's dead. And look how fast the spirit changed in these people. And they laughed him to scorn, verse 40. Hear that? They started laughing from wailing and weeping greatly to laughing. And they laughed him to scorn. But when he had put them all out, he taketh the father and the mother of the damsel and them that were with him, and entered in where the damsel was lying. And he took the damsel by the hand and said unto her, Talitha Cumi, which is, being interpreted, damsel, I say unto thee, arise. And straightway the damsel arose and walked. For she was of the age of 12 years. 12 years old. And they were astonished with a great astonishment. See? And he charged them straitly, told them straitly, that no man should know it, and commanded that something should be given her to eat. Now, what kind of reputation was he trying to get? He said, don't tell nobody I did this. But if something like that happened amongst a brother or sister, right now they'd be like, want all the praise. No, he said, don't tell nobody I done this. Because he make himself no reputation. These are the things you got to look at. He that exalt himself shall be abased. He that humbled himself shall be exalted. These are examples. He said, and he charged them straightly that no man should know it, what he done. And commanded that something should be given her to eat. Give her something to eat. How about that? Go to Luke, the 8th chapter. Let's start at verse 1. And it came to pass, Luke 8:1. And it came to pass afterward that he went throughout every city and village, preaching and showing the glad tidings of the kingdom of the Most High, and the 12 were with him. 12 apostles were with him. And certain women which had been healed of evil spirits and infirmities, Mary called Magdalene, out of whom went 7 devils. Hear that? Mary Magdalene had 7 devils. Whew. 7 devils. Demons. And Joanna, the wife of Chuza, Herod's steward, and Susanna, and many others, which ministered unto him of their substance, giving them, taking care of them. And when much people were gathered together and were come to him out of every city, he spake by a parable. Why would he speak of parable if this is for everyone, which is like a riddle? You figure this out. Why would he speak in parables if this is for everyone? It says, a sower went out to sow his seed. And as he sowed, some fell by the wayside. And it was trodden down, and the fowls of the air devoured it. And some fell upon a rock. And as soon as it was sprung up, you plant seed, the farmer planted seed. Some fell by the wayside, and the birds came and ate it up. And some fell upon a rock. And as soon as it was sprung up, it withered away because it lacked moisture. You got to go in the ground, not a rock. It lacked moisture. And some fell among thorns, and the thorns sprang up with it and choked it. And the other fell on good ground, and sprang up and bare fruit an hundredfold. And when he had said these things, he cried, he that hath ears to hear, let him hear. And the disciples asked him, saying, what might this parable or this riddle be? And he said, unto you it is given to know the mysteries of the kingdom of the Most High. A mystery is something that's unknown. That's like a secret. It says mysteries of the kingdom of the Most High. But to others in parables or riddles. That seeing, they might not see. And hearing, they might not understand. Now, if this is for everyone, why would he say that seeing they might not see, and hearing, they might not understand. It is for everyone. Now the parable is this. The seed is the word of the Most High. Those by the wayside are they that hear, then cometh the devil, and take away the word out of their hearts, out of their minds, lest they should believe and be saved. See? Some of you hear, and here come the devil. Some of you really getting it. And here come the devil and pull you away. Like many times you be teaching, brothers be teaching, and here come the devil, pull whoever it is that's really getting it away. Now, the word is true. Lest they should believe and be saved. Then on the rock are they which, when they hear, receive the word with joy. It makes them feel good. They be happy. And these have no root. They don't have no foundation. Which for a while believe, and in time of temptation fall away. Remember, it said when you come to serve the Most High, Ecclesiastes 2:1, prepare thyself for temptation. When the tempter come, when the devil come, they fall away. And that's some of you. You know, if you ain't trying to be an Israelite all the time and try and not sin, you keep sinning, allow the devil come and pull you away from being an Israelite to some heathen. Because that's all you are. You just like you're a Gentile. You're not an Israelite at that time. You can't say you're an Israelite. You doing things that's the heathen do, that the worldly people do. How you an Israelite? That's what he's saying. You allow, and they got many means of how the devil deal with you now. Come in many fashions and forms. They on the rock are they which, when they hear and receive the word with joy, they feel good about knowing they're Israelite and knowing about the Most High, the Mashiach Yahushua, and the precepts that they've heard to believe in, to get understanding. And these have no root, but they ain't got the foundation. They don't have a root. They don't have the Most High, the Mashiach Yahushua for their foundation, which for a while believe with it, for a while they roll in the truth. And in time of temptation, when the devil comes, they fall away. That's why it says, Ecclesiastes 3:24, but many are deceived by what? Their own vain opinion. And then evil, that's the devil, suspicion, the devil comes in their mind and makes them make the wrong judgment and falling away. And that which fell among thorns are they which, when they have heard, go forth and are choked with cares and riches and pleasures of this life, and bring no fruit to perfection. You hear that? They care about their money. They got. I'll be back. I've got to go out here and get this money. Never come back. But they chasing money, and they already was introduced to the truth. They tell you their condition gonna be worse than it was, and them come and learning the truth. Because that demon goes to get a complete number of demons and enter into that person, and their end is worse than it was before they start learning the truth. But that of good ground are they which in an honest and good heart is your mind, having heard the word, keep it, and bring forth fruit with patience. You know, in time. See, so no man, when he have lighted a candle, cover it with a vessel, or put it under a bed, to burn it up, but set it on a candlestick, that they which enter in may see the light. Right? You put a candle on a candlestick so that it'll make the light shine in the dark room. For nothing is secret. For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest. Neither anything that hid that shall not be known and come abroad. Take heed therefore how ye hear. You hear that? Take heed therefore how you hear, how you listen to this. For whosoever hath, to him shall be given. Whoever have this truth, learned it, living and applying it in life, he that hath this truth, to him shall be given. And whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken even that which he seemeth to have. So he's going to take everything from you. Everything you seem to have. Look at some Proverbs concerning it too. Go back to the book of Mark 2, the 2nd chapter. And we went over this, just Mark's rendition of it. Mark 2 and 15, it says, and it came to pass that as Mashiach sat at meat in his house, many publicans and sinners sat also together with Mashiach and his disciples. For there were many, and they followed him. Many publicans and sinners, right? Like I said, you read the book of Matthew, Mark, and Luke, generally they tell the same stories. You read more into it, you see, you get a little bit more out of the situation or the actual event that's happening. Like you see something, I see something, someone else sees something. We all give an account of what we see, and you might be seeing something from the person that seen something, I seen something, and someone else seen something. You put them all together, you see the whole picture. Like they do in, law enforcement. They ask someone, what did you see? You a witness? Okay, what did you see? Ask somebody else what they seen. Ask you see, you a witness? Okay, what did you see? And they put it all together, determine what really happened. So it's saying, so they asked him, when the scribes and Pharisees came, saw him eat with publicans and sinners, tax collectors and sinners, those who break the Most High's laws, they said unto his disciples, how is it that he eateth and drinketh with publicans and sinners? You see how they thought they were better than everyone? They wouldn't do this. When the Mashiach heard it, he said unto them, they that are whole have no need of a physician. So if there's nothing wrong with you, you don't have no need of a physician. But they that are sick, they have need of a physician. I came not to call the righteous, but sinners to repentance. See? Luke 4. Luke the 4th chapter. This is after he was prophesied by Isaiah, the 61st chapter. In verse 22, Luke 4:22, and all bear him witness, and wondered at the gracious words which proceeded out of his mouth. And they said, is not this Joseph's son? Is not this Joseph's son? So they knew that Mashiach was Joseph's son. That's what it's saying. And he said unto them, you will surely say unto me this proverb, physician, heal thyself. Whatsoever we have heard done in Capernaum, do also here in thy country. And he said, verily I say unto you, no prophet is accepted in his own country. Read it again. And he said, verily, truly I say unto you, no prophet is accepted in his own country. Ain't accepted. But I tell you of a truth. Many widows were in Israel in the days of Elijah, when the heaven was shut up 3 years and 6 months, when great famine was throughout all the land. But unto none of them was Elijah